Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you the different types of prompts that we can use with ChatGPT. And first, a prompt is just a set of instructions that tells the large language model, in this case ChatGPT, what to do. So basically, we tell ChatGPT what to do with a prompt. And in this video, we're going to see the different basic type of prompts that we can use on ChatGPT. This is going to be just the simplest prompt that you can come up with. Later in this course, we're going to learn something called prompt engineering, which help us create better prompts. Those are basically the best practices to create better prompts in order to generate better responses. All right, now let's start with this video and let's see the first prompt that we can use on ChatGPT. And this is the first prompt. The first prompt has like the structure of a question and it's something similar that we will use on Google, but in this case we're using this on ChatGPT. And this first example is this one. What are 5 key points I should know when studying the Inca Empire? So we can also use this prompt on Google, and if you use this on Google, you're gonna get different search results. Basically, you're gonna get like results to go to some website and you have to find the information you are looking for. And the difference with ChatGPT is that ChatGPT gives you like just the answer you are looking for, just like the summary, just like the points that you are looking for. In this case, these 5 key points. So if I press enter, we're not gonna get ads, we're not gonna get a bunch of text that is not related to the question we asked, but we're only getting the 5 key points we were asking for. And that's something cool about ChatGPT. It goes straight to the point. So here we can see the 5 points that we asked for. And well, here, in case you're not satisfied with this answer, let's imagine that you are studying the history and you were looking for other 5 key points. What you can do is click on this button that says regenerate, and with this you're gonna get another answer, like a different answer from the previous one, and that gives you like increases the points that you were asking. So in this case, let's say in the previous response you only found like 3 of the points given useful, and if you want more points you can get it from that second response. So that's basically how this first type of prompt works. You basically just give a question and then you get an answer. And that's it for the first prompt. Now let's see where the second type of prompt we can use on ChatGPT. In this case, instead of asking a question, we use ChatGPT as something like a tutor or instructor who gives feedbacks to something that we give. So for example, let's imagine we're studying Spanish and we want to correct some phrases that we have. So we want some feedback. And if we go to Google and for example, we copy and paste this first sentence, probably we're not going to get the correction for this phrase. We're going to, maybe if we're lucky, somebody else asked that question in some other website and we get the correction for that specific phrase, or we might get a correction for a similar phrase, but we should be lucky to get to have that same phrase corrected on Google. But on ChatGPT we can get feedback for any phrase that we have, in this case any phrase in Spanish. So if I press enter, if I click here, we get feedback for the specific sentences that we gave. So in this case, we're getting the correction, why these sentences are wrong in Spanish, and also an explanation. And that's something great because sometimes on Google, we only get like a generic answer. So based on the grammar mistakes that we made, but here is very specific. He's telling us in which part of the phrase we made that mistake. And that's something very cool if you're a self-learner. All right, that's the second type of prompt. It's basically asking for feedback. And now let's move on to the third type of prompt. And this one consists in giving some information to ChatGPT and giving instructions to ChatGPT to work with this information that we give. For example, here, the other day, I got an email from a client, and basically in the email, what it said was this that I'm highlighting right now. So the client wanted to talk about some sponsorship, and the client wanted to set up a meeting, and this meeting was supposed to be 30 minutes. And I wanted ChatGPT to answer to this email. So what I did was just copy the email. So this is the email. And then I gave instructions to ChatGPT on how to answer this email based on my requirements. So first I said this: politely accept the offer in this email. And this gives ChatGPT the writing style. So I'm telling ChatGPT that the tone should be polite. Then I'm giving details about the answer. So I wrote, say we can talk next Friday at 8 p.m., but only for 15 minutes. So this is something very cool because we're telling ChatGPT the specific requirements for this email. So this is not going to be a generic email, but it has some customizations based on our requirements. All right, now if I press enter, we're gonna generate this email. And as you can see, we have some placeholders. Here I can write the name of the client, and also here we have the email that we asked for. And as you can see here, it's mentioning the fact that I can talk on Friday at 8 p.m., but only for 15 minutes. And well, here I can write also my name, my title, and my contact information. So this type of prompt, basically, we provide some information, and based on that information, we tell ChatGPT what to do with that data. In this case, answer an email, but it can be a different type of task. It can be just summarize this email or extract this data from this email or whatever you want. All right, now let's move on to the next prompt. And this one is very popular and consists in giving a task to ChatGPT, but a writing task. So let's say you have to write an essay or an article, and you can use ChatGPT for that. For example, here I say, write a 500-word article on this topic. 5 ways AI can boost your writing skills. So instead of just you starting from a blank page, you can use ChatGPT to have some ideas. So if I press enter, we're gonna generate the article for this topic, and that's something that can help you get started with this article. And that's the goal of this prompt, to generate articles, posts, or essays using ChatGPT. And well, you see here the results. We see here the article that ChatGPT created. All right, now let's move on with the last type of prompt that we can create. And actually, this is not the only types of prompts that you can create. There are endless types of prompts, but these are the most basic. And well, here I want to show you that ChatGPT cannot only create text, cannot only generate text, but also code. For example, here, let's say we want to send an email with this subject and with the content that is here. So this is going to be the content of the email, but this is not a regular email. We want to create the code to send this email with Python. So now you might be wondering, why should I make ChatGPT generate the code to send this email with Python if I can simply do it manually on my own? So here the purpose of this is to create a code that help us automate this email later. For example, imagine that we want to send this email to 100 people every day in the morning at 8 a.m. So we can do that with a code, with a script, if we create that script in Python, for example. And instead of creating this script on my own, I'm letting ChatGPT generate all of this. So now I press enter, and now we generate this script with Python. So as you can see, now I have the code, and once the code is generated, I can copy the code and paste it on my code editor. And there I can run the code to have this automation. And that's the last type of prompt that we can create on ChatGPT. But as I said before, There are different types of prompts that we can use with ChatGPT. In fact, in this course, you can download a cheat sheet that I made, and there you can find all the types of prompts that you can use on ChatGPT. These are only the basic prompts, and the purpose of this course is not to memorize a prompt, but to be able to create your own prompt. So in the next section, we're going to learn something called prompt engineering, and I strongly recommend you to watch that section because in all the videos that are going to be in that section, we're going to see how to create better prompts. So you don't have to copy and paste the prompts that were created by other people, but you can create the best prompts for you, following the best practice in prompt engineering.